Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my second channel, Shwab-Analysis. This is where you can find my behind the scenes reactions and some extra fun stuff like these music reviews that I've been doing, and I've been having a lot of fun recording and putting out there. So you guys have been sending me a mixed bag of music. Admittedly, the vast majority of it has been nerdcore rap stuff, but this time I've got about 10 song submissions waiting for me to go through them, so I'll do about 5 today. And I've got a mixture. So obviously I haven't listened to them yet, it's going to be blind reactions, but in the emails you guys have been sending in, you've described them as, some stuff you've been sending as just production work, instrumentals. I've got like indie was like the only thing that someone said. They just said it's an indie project, so I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm excited. And of course we've got some like nerdcore rap stuff in here as well. So we're going to go straight into it with a FREECED track. FREECED is a person I obviously rate very highly. I've had him on my channel myself. He's a great lyricist, good musician. So let's see how he's done with one of his latest tracks that he sent me.
Plague in the city, it's making me giddy. Fakes only play in the game for the money. A league of flies that came for the honey. The pagans, and I'm taking no pity. Alone on the road who stands, making a change, stained and bloody.
I'm just going to say straight off the bat, this is not my favorite Freeze song. Like from the intro, he's obviously going with that gruff kind of raspy voice to get more into the character. And that's cool, but don't know if it really suits his style that much.
Stained hands, stained sword, stained lungs, stained art, stained plans, stained tongue, blade swung, stained.
First, a hero must not desire rewards or compensation. Contemplation, they forgot, result abhorrence, condemnation.
Okay, this is immediately better. He went into like this little bridge hook thing and then came through with a slightly different flow and style that like suits his lyricism so much better. All right, let's keep going with this.
The righteous and the pure in heart shall see my face and live, but lucre worshippers endure unpardoned. I will not forgive.
His vocabulary is crazy. Some of the vocabulary that he actually uses in his songs, it's really cool. Just like words that I have never heard spoken in a song before, kind of come up, which is great. Interesting. Final thoughts on that. I think the second verse showed free strength a lot better than his first verse did. I wasn't into the first verse. If it wasn't FREECED and I was listening to this track and it was just someone I didn't know, I probably would have turned off before the hook, just because I knew FREECED is a good lyricist and a good writer, so I knew there probably was some good stuff in worth listening to, so I kept listening to it, but I was not into that first verse at all, unfortunately. The second verse was way better. I think the first one was just a little wonky. You tried some stuff in there that's like cool to hear you trying, but at the same time I don't think it worked. I don't think this performance style suits you either, which sucks because I think your writing's quite good for a villainous character, but if you go in with this delivery and this kind of voice, I just don't think it shows the best of what you can do in terms of performance and delivery. But overall, not a bad track, just a really weak intro, in my opinion. Okay, next one is a bit weird, so some context for this one. Rapvoid, who I have reviewed on the channel previously, has sent me in another song to review, but this one's by his friend. He hasn't provided me with any social links. It's just, this is Rapvoid's friend.
Become Okage, cheating it means like something, juices falls like lightning, I'll have impeccable timing, every day same training, pain is fading by the day to become the hero set in stone, but my path is a rocky road, yeah.
You ended almost every bar there with a. Fuck, you've been listening to a lot of Rustage. Let's have that one more time.
Become Okage, cheating it means like something, juices.
I don't think. I might be wrong. Okay, I'm going to listen closely when I listen now. I don't think you're rhyming the lines. I think you're just saying A at the end to make it rhyme.
Falls like lightning, I'll have impeccable timing, every day same training, pain is fading by the day.
Okay, no, there's some rhymes there. Lightning, timing. Okay, I'll give you the pass. I thought for a second you weren't even rhyming the lines and you were just putting A at the end. But you are rhyming.
Yeah, rocky road, yeah. This is what I got. Yeah, I'll face pain with the power I have gained. Saving the village was hard, but I'll never give up till I reach the top. This is what I got. Yeah, this is what I.
Well, what happened? What happened? Where's the beat? Where? Okay, you've lost track of the beat. You're not on beat anymore. What happened? What happened? You like it was sloppy at the beginning, but it sounded like you were young and you're a beginner, and that's fine. We can give that a pass. But what happened here?
This is what I got. Yeah, I'll face pain with the power I have gained. Saving the village was hard, but I'll never give up till I reach the top. This is what I got. Yeah, this is what I got. Yeah, dramatic.
And you, okay. It's so obvious that you're running out of material to write about when you just repeat the line, a filler line, this is what I've got 3 times. That's terrible writing. That is awful writing.
Yo, I'm here. I can sense your fear. A cat's going down. Yeah, get out.
Okay, what's happening with the beat? Why does it keep dropping in and out, and then when it comes back in, you're not on time anymore? What is happening? Is it just like the awful software that you're using to record this? And then for some reason, in the last 4 bars, you were just so quiet I could barely hear you. Okay, a lot to improve on there, a lot to improve on. So it's obvious that you're young and you haven't been making music for long, so there's, a certain free pass that we have to give. I'm not expecting, for you to come out here and be fucking Busta Rhymes. But that being said, yeah, it's not really listenable. It's kind of awful. The best you did was in those first 4 bars where you came out and you were obviously trying to emulate, I think, what you'd heard other rappers do, with mixed results, ending every single line in A, just so that you could have the punchline at the end of the stanza rhyming with day. It's like, that, yeah, that's nothing. There's nothing there. That's nothing. But like a good attempt, if this is like one of your first attempts rapping, sure. Yeah, good attempt, but you need to learn a lot more about how to write and perform. Let's move on. Okay, there's a lot of really good stuff here. I'm actually liking this a lot. There's a lot of really interesting melodic components that are coming up and like switching up a little bit as it goes through. You still have that one lead that was there almost from the very beginning that's run through the entire thing so far. And even though you have had those change-ups, I'm just getting really bored of hearing this one. Like melodic lead kind of going through. So I would like that to change, even if it was the same melody but on a different synth, if you know what I mean. But yeah, there's a lot to like about this. The drums are interesting. They're not like huge and in your face and kind of the stylistic drums that I like to use, but you've got a lot of higher pitched kind of Foley in there, what sounds like smashing glass or like coins being dropped or something like that. There's like these interesting little sounds in there that are making this really nice texture. You've got the pads to thicken it up, and you've got the bass there, and you're using an 808, which is has the automation sliding around on kind of an octave higher than I would personally ever use it, but it's a really interesting sound and I do like it. So this is not a bad beat at all. This is very close to something that I would use or like make myself to use on a track. I do enjoy this. There's just a couple of little key components in terms of the structure and the change-ups that you're doing to make it a little more interesting and make it more of an actual song. If that makes sense. But this is good stuff. I'm going to continue listening to see if there's anything else that kind of stands out and catches my surprise. Okay, we've got some beat drop out, and this is the same change up from earlier. With that second lead. The octave. Okay, so final thoughts on that. There's a lot to enjoy there. That it could be really good with some vocals on it. To criticize, I would say there's not nearly enough changing there, because you had, what was that, 3.5 minutes or something like that track. There wasn't nearly enough changing up and making the different sections of the song stand out and apart from each other. Kind of once you hit the halfway point, it's like, I've heard this, you know what I mean? I don't need to hear it for another 2 minutes. But for the most part, I really enjoyed that, yeah. So, good shit, JOHNALD. Alright, yeah, let's move on.
Standing at the bottom where the country is flat. If you bother looking, then you see that you're at a crossroad.
I love this. This is great. This is so happy. It's so, I don't know. I love the positive vibes I'm getting here. It's so clean as well. The production is like super clean. The mixing on those guitars and the drums, like that one like tom, I guess that it is, I think, that's coming in. Super chill. Really love this.
Moment after moment after
Oh, the snare.
everyone I think about is yelling at me. I don't belong.
Oh, there's a little synth as well in the background.
What is lost if you just let go? If you just let be away on high.
Oh, yeah.
The shifting sky, the dying like that.
This is exactly the type of music I listen to in my free time. Like, if I'm not listening to a lot of rap stuff, I have alternate playlists, which are folk, indie, pop, kind of stuff. And this is the exact kind of thing that would fall in that playlist. I think I'm going to be looking up the Flower Pistils after this and adding them to a playlist. Very much same vibes as the Oh Hellos, and some other of the kind of indie stuff that I follow. Really solid. Production is so good. This must be like a studio production. There's no two ways around it. Wait, is it? What was that? The Beauty and the Wonder, yeah? Yeah, Beauty and the Wonder. Let's add that to my fucking daily playlist. I want to hear a full album from these guys. It doesn't looking at their Spotify, it doesn't look like they've got a full album yet, just a couple of singles. So I want to hear a full kind of, 15-track album of these guys and see kind of what they can do. Yeah, that's awesome. Great job.
Because it's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now.
Starting with the soundbite can be done well, but I don't think it was there. Oh, that's no good. Okay. Okay, the drum sounds sound a little bit cheap and kind of like their default sound effects in whatever DAW you've picked up here. The synth, that high-pitched synth, is just killing me. I don't know if it's out of key, but it's not good. Yeah, that sound needs to be worked on. The bass sound is fine, and you've got like a little pad in the background as well, which is filling out that low mid, which is fine. The drums could do with some work, but it is what it is. But that synth is not good. Okay. Okay, yeah, this feels so sloppy and like amateurish. Really not into this at all. Wow, the drums are just putting me off, and that high-pitched synth is wiping me out every time it starts playing. It's just like, ouch. Can't deal with that right now. Yeah, I wouldn't. If some producer I was working with sent me this shit, I would send it straight back. There is no fucking way I would rap on this. I don't know what, you've got random sound effects coming in as like transitions, but they just don't work. That B section was really weird with that. I think it was the same melody that the bass line was playing, but on a different synth, which is fine. It's totally cool to do, to switch between sections. But just sounded wonky, just sounded bad. Again, these cheap synths, probably free like default synths that are installed on your DAW, which is like fine to get started with, but there's so many good options for free VSTs and plugins that are available online. Do a bit of research and find some better sounds to use, because this ain't it. Oh, that sounds bad. Okay, there's a lot of frequencies clashing with each other there. You've got a lot of synths playing similar frequencies, and they're all just jumbled up and muddy. You need to get that mixing and that EQ a lot cleaner, because that is just a jumbled mess. I mean, there's a lot of other things that need to be fixed as well, but mixing is important. Mixing impacts so much of the, like, what your beat sounds like, that if you get that down, you can do a lot with some cheaper VSTs and still make them sound all right. Okay, that's it for this video. That's all 5 tracks I was looking at. Thank you so much for sending those in, by the way. Of course, my email address is in the description if you want to send in one of your songs. If I've already reviewed you, though, please don't send in anything else. I just want to do, you know, one per person. Otherwise, this video series is going to just be clogged up with the same few people sending in tracks every single week. So yeah, make sure you check out those that emailed me a link that I can put up, you know, for you guys to check them out. They will be in the description, so check out the ones that you liked from this video. Listen to them on Spotify or wherever their links are. But that's going to be it for now. I think the main takeaway from here is that you guys are finally sending me non-rap stuff, which is great. Love to hear it. There was a really nice mix today. We had like 2 instrumentals, 2 raps, and 1 like indie kind of pop song, which is awesome stuff. Love to hear that. And we had a big difference in terms of quality. We had some people who were working on their first song ever sending me an instrumental, and then some people who sounds like in a studio session recording some incredible stuff with audio engineers. So yeah, we love to hear it. We love to hear it. So keep it coming in, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys. See ya. Peace.